Welcome to episode 107 of the Curious Cast. This week we're talking about the weirdest Instagram accounts we could find, a Japanese AI bakery, and a woman that marries a ragdoll. All right, it's been a while, as we've said that a lot.
Back to normality. Normality is resumed.
Yeah, but we've had loads of time to pick out the best weird news stories that we possibly could. So these ones are going to be good. Now, I actually don't have a weird news. I don't actually have a weird news story, but what I do have is a collection of some weird Instagram accounts that I've come across in the past couple of weeks or so. And I thought I would share some of these strange accounts with you. So the first Instagram account, this was actually sent in by a listener, and this Instagram account is called Raw Chicken Experiment. Don't know if either of you have seen it, but not for the vegan listeners. I'm sorry.
Me and an inevitable vegan future are tuning out now.
Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, it's not any worse in terms of veganness. It's not any worse than just eating cooked chicken. But this is a guy who is eating raw chicken every day to see what happens. And
see what happens.
He's 55 days in.
How much is he eating per day? Is he eating like a...
It varies. There are some videos where he like blends it up. There are some videos where he just bites into the raw chicken and just chews it like Liver King. But instead of it being liver or beef or whatever he's eating, it's raw chicken.
He's eating other stuff as well.
I don't think he's just eating. I don't think he's just eating raw chicken, but he is mostly eating raw chicken. So like this video here, day 48, eating raw chicken every day until I get a tummy ache. And he's got the chicken and he's rubbing peanut butter on it and then eating, I don't know why SpongeBob is there, but he's got raw chicken on a stick and it actually makes me gag.
Yeah. Because raw chicken isn't appealing.
No.
You know, like a steak, at least, I don't know, has a different feel to it, like a raw steak versus a piece of raw chicken. Because raw chicken's always like slimy and shit, right? It's always a bit gross. So I don't get what he's getting out of this experiment because he's not really proving anything.
Is he young? I couldn't see from the video. Is he like, how old is
he looks like he's maybe like 30s.
Okay, so he's old enough to know better.
Yeah. The description in his account is just eating raw chicken every day till I get a tummy ache. Science experiment. Future Nobel Prize winner. Yeah.
I'm not as much of a fan of his experiment than the guy that ate a rotisserie chicken every day. I think it was last year. That was became like a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
He used to go down to, I think it was in Philadelphia or some city in America, and he just posted, "Come watch me eat a whole rotisserie chicken."
Oh yeah, I saw this.
And it eventually became like a big thing, and that's a lot better than eating just a bit of raw chicken every day until you inevitably get the shits.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something so like natural and I guess like tribal or whatever in my brain that like the thought of eating raw chicken repulses me. Surely, I don't know how he gets past that aspect of it.
But he's fine so far, allegedly.
Apparently, yeah, he's 55 days in and he still hasn't had a tummy ache.
Weird.
He's eating some raw eggs.
All it takes because you don't get salmonella just purely by, you know, like if the chicken has the disease salmonella, isn't it like, and then you ain't cooked it, then you're fucked.
Yeah, so I think if the chicken doesn't have salmonella, I think it's fine.
Probably okay.
But, yeah, have a look. I linked it, but in the WhatsApp, like have a little click through if you can.
I can't access the WhatsApp, Tom.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm just not sure I want to.
I'm gonna search.
Raw chicken experiment.
Raw chicken.
I'm gonna conscientiously object to looking at it.
Maybe we should get him on and just explain himself.
I've got one that's raw meat experiment. Is that the same? Oh, this is the same guy, isn't it?
I mean,
Raw meat experiment.
it's called raw chicken experiment.
Really?
Yeah, but it's
I've
good.
been,
to know
I'm trying to get my housemate to do an experiment so I could talk about it on the podcast, but he's not playing ball so far.
What's the experiment?
What's the experiment?
Well, I can't tell you because it'll ruin the. If he does do it, I want to do it. It's part of a topic that I want to do on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I kind of need him to do the experiment for it to be like just more interesting.
Why is he pushing out?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He's not working at the minute either. And I was like, I'm actually working more than you at the moment. Like, I can't commit to this experiment. I need you to do it. So I'll clue you in if it goes ahead.
Is it food related?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I could get him to do a food-related experiment, probably. That'd be Lyce's food. Yeah, no, that'd be harder. That'd be harder than this one. This one, I'm more likely to be able to get him to do. But it's a suggestion from Turkish Glenn. Well, he didn't actually suggest the experiment. He suggested about this topic, and then I thought it'd be funny for someone to do the thing.
Okay. We look forward to hearing about it if it maybe potentially happens and it happens to be good.
This is a hook and tease that might never.
Keep listening. Keep listening, everyone. There might be an experiment. He gets obviously a lot of attention on his posts, and he gets a lot of comments of people asking why. He usually just replies science. He wants to just figure out what happens, I guess.
Why is it that like white meat is more bad for you raw than like beef or venison and those sort of animals?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like pork, you can't eat raw either, can you? Like undercooked pork, it's the same as chicken.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't know. I wonder what, because you can have like seafood as well raw, can't you?
Yeah,
only certain types of seafood. Some seafood will fuck you up still, won't it? I think.
Yeah,
I
probably.
guess so, yeah.
I don't know. I've never
Shellfish.
actually had sushi.
No?
No.
And it's not raw as such. It's like pickled normally. I think it's not just like sliced open and given to you. That's it. They sort of like pickle it, which sort of cooks it.
Mm.
I think you can eat just raw. Like if you caught a fish, you can just cut into it and eat it. I think.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I read a story. I read a book, not just a story, a whole book. About a family get lost at sea, and they survived because
turtles. Is it the turtle?
Yeah, they eat like the raw turtle meat, and they eat like raw fish, and they just bang it. Yeah,
Fair enough. Well, this guy's not a survivor. This guy has 430,000 followers on TikTok, and Instagram, in only 55 posts. Pretty impressive. The next guy you might have seen. Do you guys know Bevo?
Of course.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he has 1.4 million followers on TikTok, and Bevo gained popularity because he can eat anything without chewing. He just swallows.
What?
Yeah, so he'll have he still cuts it into like little bits, so he wouldn't have like a whole steak, but he'll just cut it, put it in his mouth, swallow it. He'll have
That's
pasta.
like a whole bit of potato, like a whole half roast potato.
Yeah,
and
he has some big
almost
chunks
dies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the thought of that makes me feel like choky. Where is he? Have you sent him?
Oh no, let me send that over.
He's a bit of a helmet though.
I
This
haven't
guy-
watched a huge amount to like gain an opinion on him, but he seems a bit odd.
Yeah, he's like an odd duck.
Whereas the other guy seems real normal.
The other guy does come across as normal in his sort of personality. He's clearly doing it for funny. And this guy, Bevo's just a bit.
Make it sound.
Isn't Bevo from Essex as well?
He's definitely British.
I'm sure he's from
Oops.
Air Ends.
He's got like Essex-looking turkey teeth, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like proper.
Oh, I think that's why he's called Bevo. No, I think his name's Brandon Beavis, but he looks like a beaver. I thought that was the whole thing.
Well, apparently, his teeth are fake. They're
Well, yeah.
No, but it's like a whole fake thing because his
What?
teeth
He
all fucked
takes it
up.
out.
Yeah, it's like a whole
Oh, right.
whatever you call it.
So it's like that's part of the joke.
Like a grill.
I'm not too sure. I don't know if that's all part of it, but yeah, he's got like a big.
Well, that is how he knocks about.
Yeah. No,
He's
that's
chewing that.
He has like one chew sometimes. Like,
I think
like
maybe
little,
for some big things, he's like, he's like one chew. That's the rule. Or
yeah.
Oh, he's just straight up chewing that. I don't understand.
I didn't think we'd be discussing Bevo. On this. I never thought we'd be discussing Bevo.
Well, recently Bevo done a collab with Longneck. Do you remember Longneck?
Is he the one that was also with Big Neck at one point?
Yeah. So Longneck, which as you could probably gather, has a skinny long neck. Well,
it's not his actual name, is it? Long Neck.
That's what he goes by.
Was that his moniker?
Yeah. Or Daddy Long Neck, I think.
Daddy Long Neck.
I ain't seen a single video yet of him not chewing.
You're looking at the wrong Bevo.
I'm not. Or maybe I am. What the fuck? I don't care about this.
So what was his deal with Longneck? What was how did they connect?
I don't know. I just because I follow Longneck, of course, and I was just flicking through and I saw Longneck. He's never got a top on, and he's always just doing something weird with some other freaks. He's always there's this video of him where he's with the thick neck guy. He's with like eyes popping out guy. He's with all these weird characters, and they're just sort of like mingling about. It's really weird, but. This video I came across on Instagram, and it's Bevo and Longneck just sitting in what looks like a dorm room or something.
This is weird. We're essentially gone back to like freak show side, like circus side shows.
Yeah,
that's what this is. That's what Longneck is for sure. And this was the same as what this guy. It's exactly the same thing, isn't it? It's like it shows how like. Little maybe we progress as a society. We just go in circles. Like I'm sure there's going to be a bearded woman or something.
In that video of Bevo and Longneck, Longneck's neck doesn't look abnormally long compared to his other videos. I know he's leant back now. It is long.
yeah. He does have a really long neck.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
He does have a long neck. I like his tattoo as well. Long
lick
neck.
here.
Oh, I thought it just said long neck.
No, it says lick here, and it's just on his. But it's just his chest.
Oh yeah. I was weird. My brain just made that say long neck. I'd read that. I just said long neck, and it pointed at it. Lick. Yeah. Okay.
What was that? The wide neck guy. Was his name actually Wide Neck, or was it something else?
I think it was just Wide Neck.
Have you seen Wide Neck, Rob?
I've not seen Wide Neck.
This is such a fucking bullshit bit of audio for the listener.
No, because I think people know these people.
Right, let me.
I guess they do.
I'm going to put it in the chat. In this chat,
it was a mugshot, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a mugshot, and then they met up in real life.
Yeah,
I don't know if his name's
why does he have that weird beard as well?
Oh, well, that long neck's little like beard. Billy goat.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. And then what's his? When you're eating it from the back, and she farts and gives you pink eye. Whoever made this did me dirty. Someone obviously made that, and he just posted it himself. Fair enough for fucking owning it. Got it, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, so long neck and wide neck. They go back quite a while.
Skinny.
Yeah,
he's not all right, is he? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, so look at the third video on
Wide Neck's on there, isn't he?
Yeah,
and eyes pop out.
Yeah, so the third video on Long Neck's page is like this woman walks out of a bedroom. And behind her comes eyes pop out guy, weird arm contortionist guy. Just is that Wide Neck and then Long Neck, and then that guy's just got a weird face,
just weird head.
Yeah, some of these guys,
just a load of random other guys,
and then these guys are just normal guys. I think. Yeah,
there's loads of videos of like women choking him as well, or shaving him. Are they shaving him? This is bizarre, man. What the fuck have you introduced me to here?
You gotta give him a follow, mate. 1.4 million followers just for having a long neck.
Is he what really? Wow.
Well, he's got a business manager, so if we want him on, looks like we're gonna have to go through some hoops.
Fucking hell, he's probably gonna ask for money like Waiting for it, mate.
Waiting for
He gets paid. He demands serious money if you've got that many followers.
Yeah, long neck probably does get paid. Or you have to have more than the couple hundred followers we have.
or a longer neck.
Or we need to have. We need to do something to our bodies to qualify to be in the inner circle with him.
Neck bros.
Right, the last Instagram account that I came across, this was also sent in by a listener. So shout out to Regan for sending this in. This one's a lot more wholesome. It's not any like weirdos or anything. It's just I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to. And it's official stick reviews. And this is just people reviewing sticks that they've found while out on their walk. You know when sometimes you pick up a real good stick?
I do it every time.
I knew you would. You will love this page, Rob.
Yeah, I'm into it already. This is now we're talking. Back to
so some of it is just like videos of maybe someone's dog has gone off into the woods and found like a real good stick, but they routinely will post like basically you have to vote in the comments what the best stick is out of these 4 sticks. So they'll post like 1 stick,
that's a good stick.
2 sticks,
that's a good stick.
3 sticks. You get a lot of gun sticks. You know when you used to find like a gun-shaped stick as a kid.
Yeah, run around me. My cousin would be running through the bracken.
Yeah, some of them are just quite long, or they might have like a big like knot on the end, so it's almost like a cane. You know, that's a good stick. This one was the winner of February. It had like a hook in it.
That is a unbelievable stick.
Whoa!
That looks like a something out of RuneScape.
So that was stick of the month for February.
There's some good sticks around me in here, actually, in Gina's room. I'm staring at a couple of good sticks that she's found.
Yeah,
look,
that is a good stick.
I'll whip one out. Wait, look.
Compilation of good sticks.
Oh, I've got a stick coming onto the podcast.
Live stick review.
Yeah. I haven't got any sticks.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me make it full screen. Oh, look at that.
Look at it. It's like an old stick as well. Like this is from the ancient woodland.
But is that a stick or does that qualify as?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Like driftwood. Is it driftwood? Or
it's not driftwood. No, it's just from the woods.
So stick, or what would be a step up from a stick?
There is a much better stick there, but I couldn't free it up without potentially damaging the huge crystal right next to it. I'm a bit scared. That looks expensive.
Yeah, I don't know what class. We'd have to ask maybe on there. I don't think they have what class is a stick, but I reckon the audience would decide if they posted something that was maybe not a stick.
But kind of a log.
Yeah, log. That's the word I was trying to. I could think of it.
Tried it.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's like a staff. That is a good stick.
Good, isn't it? Look at it.
Oh yeah.
I haven't got any sticks.
Yeah, that's like a. Are you sure it's not a bone?
No, isn't it mad?
Yeah.
I'll try and get it all in. It's a good stick, I told you.
That is a great stick.
I'm scared of putting it back now. I might leave it there. Gina, put it back.
I might say, yeah.
Have you ever found a stick that's intrigued you or inspired you?
I bet Turkish Glenn's found some good sticks in his time. We used to have a game actually in college called Stickington. I think that's what it's called. It wasn't very complicated. You basically just got one stick and someone else got another stick and you just bashed the sticks until someone had like no stick left.
It's like Conkers, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Conkers, but yeah, Stickington.
Why Stickington?
Why not?
It's like, stick off or sticks.
Yeah,
I mean,
Stickington sounds like it should have been a lot more sophisticated than it actually was.
Yeah, we could come up with some good games. Our naming of the games was
a game itself.
Yeah, left a bit to be desired. It was like I told you about cone ball before, haven't I?
Yeah,
and it should have been called hand cone. Why did we call it cone ball? Like
there was no balls.
Me and Turkish Glenn also had. This was a good name though. Inclining bounce ball 9.
What?
Inclining bounce ball 9. It was a fucking sick game.
Bounce ball 9.
Oh, it's so good. We used to play for. I was about to say hours. We used to play for days. like we'd have the free house around his house, and we just get round there. Sometimes just me and him, but it was better. Like we ended up like it started off basically. I'm sure everyone's kind of done this. You get a bouncy ball, and his parents had like these like circle like mats, so they were perfect like zones. Like in the kitchen, and you do one bounce catch, you do one bounce back catch, then we do two bounce catch, two bounce catch, three bounce catch, and that was the inclining, right? And you'd keep doing this, and then we had little bits where you could get like off the back of the cupboard bonus, like you catch that, and then and we worked out how to somehow make it competitive. Like you'd be on a team together, and you'd face an opposing team. Can't quite remember how we did that, but there were like points and shit, obviously, and we had like fucking tournaments of it, and everyone would be stood around watching, and we do it for hours on end, days on end sometimes. Climbing bounce ball 9. He'll be going sick listening to this.
Maybe we should get a.
Was it a lot better than inclining bounce ball 8 and 7 and 6?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I don't know where the 9 came from. At the time, it was around the time when I named my like gamer tag Bad Boy 6.
Oh yeah.
Because my friends said I had 6, thought it'd be funny. I feel like it was around that.
What is the funniest number?
I think it's 12.
Yeah.
You had an answer.
Yeah, I think it quite often, and I read about this quite often in like comedians will use a number 12, or like films will use a number 12 because it fits into sentences a lot better than like 13, 14, 15, because it's the last number that is one syllable to say. So it fits into a lot of jokes quite easily. So if you were like, if someone was acting like a kid, like acting like a child, you'd say, what are you, a 12-year-old? Or what are you, 12? But if you said like, what are you, 13? What are you, 11?
Okay.
It doesn't
11,
fit.
I would have said 11.
11.
But what do you 8? Oh.
Yeah, see? Like 12 is quite a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, rolls off the tongue.
I was going to say, I don't know what the funniest number is, but 3 is the loneliest number.
I heard that once.
I think that's a song lyric,
in
isn't
a song.
3 is the loneliest number that you know.
Yeah.
Is it 3?
Yeah. So yeah, if you have found a stick, I think we should start doing our own stick reviews on the Curios Cast. We're going to compete with official stick reviews. We're going to be the unofficial stick reviews.
I'd like that, yeah.
So yeah, send us a text if you have picked up a nice stick.
Is the number up and running again, Tom?
No, so I got a new phone which has dual SIM. So now I've got the Curios number in my phone. But I put the SIM card in my phone and it's just coming up with no service. So we need to get on to Vodafone about getting the Curios phone up and running.
Come on.
Funny enough, it wasn't a business line that I subscribed. It was probably because I bought a SIM card and I never topped it up or anything. Like it's got nothing on it. It's just it was just for receiving. But maybe because I didn't use it,
got to start giving. You can't receive all the time, Tom.
Yeah. But what's the phone number?
07470 838
So close.
It's like
470
1.
Oh yeah, 1 at the end.
18438
07470 18438 07470 18438.
So yeah, send us a text message with a picture of a stick. It has to be a decent stick. Like, well, it doesn't have to be, but we'll slate you if it's a shit stick. Like,
I mean, you've seen, if you are watching, hopefully you're watching, or at least have a look to see the stick offering that I have submitted as like what you've at least got to try and be,
I once found
it's a strong start.
I found a stick once that it was a cock and balls. Yeah, 2 pine cones.
Brilliant.
On the stick as well. Perfect cock and balls. So I've got a picture of that.
You got a picture of it? Nice.
We'll put it up on screen now. Will be a picture of me with fake cock and balls.
Brilliant.
All right.
That's very
weird
curious.
news story you boys brought with you.
Well, mine is, we could actually segue. Mine is, again, I guess it is weird.
Good.
Um, but it's not your classic Curios. It's just made me laugh quickly, actually, as I was opening up my tabs. I think we spoke about this before, and it's just quite a funny way to you can learn a lot from someone by their open tabs, can't you? Just reading down mine was just quite funny. But anyway,
well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The listeners did.
It's just really obviously me. Like it's B-Stock Electro Voice Evolve 50M portable column loudspeaker, and then my article I'm about to read out. So I'll read that in a minute. Bank of England interest rate. Don't know what I was looking up. Trees. Isle of Wight Festival. UK festivals artists can apply to. Can Palantir stock join the Magnificent Seven? Basildon Town Centre, Silicon Valley transformation set to start. Couscous protein. Tilbury to Gravesend timetable, ferry services. Oh, and Kyle Braun Glonky is there. Does anyone know Kyle Braun Glonky?
No, I like the name though.
I can't believe you haven't seen the Glonky video. And he's sort of been ruined a bit. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about that, but I am now going to talk about that. Briefly, at least. You got to watch it, and we got to play it. I mean, even if you just play it, it's one of the greatest videos of all time. But it's been ruined. You might have even seen it, and when I show you what I mean, but it's unfortunately been ruined by what the fucking guy did afterwards. It's bizarre, like completely unrelated to this video. Right, so it's just a random interview like 4 years ago. It's about 30 seconds long.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah, you seen him. Yeah,
I have seen this guy.
Yeah, it's just a guy high out his mind for anyone that's not watching. And he gets interviewed, and it's just that classic sort of like you can see him sort of vaguely trying his best to like not come off as quite as high as he is. Like I can just like see that in him, like that. Oh, fine. Like, it's so funny, but it turns out he like tried to kill his mum or something. Really bleak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like stabbed her in the head. Yeah, because I follow this like one of my friends linked us to like people do that like Instagram, and someone's done Glonky daily, and every day they just post this on Instagram. That's it. That's all the account is that every day. But I started reading some of the comments, and every now and then there's comments going, "Didn't this guy kill his mum? Or didn't this guy try and get?" And people like, "He tried. She's alive." Like, well, that's still bad. And yeah, I found the news article on it, and the same guy just happens to have like tried to kill his mum.
Ruining memes, one meme at a time.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Like really recently, within the last couple of months, he did it, and this video was like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that wasn't what I want to talk about. That was just also in my open tabs, Glonky guy. Right. So what I want to talk about, this is actually a submission from Turkish Glenn. Shout out Turkish Glenn once again, getting a lot of recognition this episode. Yeah. He sent me this because I think he sent you something, Tom, and then was like, I should have sent it to you. It was something to do with like piss drinking or something. He thought you you were the man of that. Obviously, it was me. So yeah, I did read some. I actually went to the effort of reading some articles about it. There's a really long New Yorker article about it afterwards, but I just like you can't read that on the podcast. So I'm actually going to read the Instagram link that Turkish Glenn sent me because it just kind of summarizes it the best. It's just pretty cool. For market research purposes, Japanese bakeries determined that they need to sell more breads and pastries. They sell more breads and pastries the more different varieties they have. And B, Japanese bakery customers prefer items which are not wrapped because individually wrapped things give the impression of being preserved or something instead of fresh and good, I guess. How they've written it. I mean, I guess that everyone prefers that, right? I don't think that's exclusive to Japanese people, right? So there's a bakery. They've got loads of items on the menu and they need to, and then we have loads of different varieties, but they can't individually, like the easiest way to sell them would be to individually wrap them, wouldn't it? Put barcodes on it. You can go to till, pick up your item, scan it. But they don't want them wrapped, so they've got to have these loose things. Made me think of like Lidl though. Like it works in Lidl. How does it work in Lidl? You just pick it up. Oh, I guess
you tell the till what you have bought, right? You tap on it and say like bakery, pretzel.
Yeah, I also just realised there's only like 4, isn't there? There's not a lot. This particular like bakery chain has like over like 200 items. I think.
Right, okay. Lidl have a fair few things, but not
but
more
not
than
200.
4, but not 200.
Yeah, not 200, and they're all quite like similar.
50,
and apparently for like, cashier needing to know all of these different but often very similar items and all the prices for, add them all up, put them in the till. No, that is, it's just like it's slow to train new people, makes customer service bad, right? And they'd have to touch them all and look at them, which can be unsanitary.
Looking at them.
Well, like picking them up to like work out what they are, I guess. I don't know. This is what the article says, but I guess it also makes sense. Like they'd have to pick them up and examine
them closely.
Yeah, I suppose, but this was maybe it's like a
they use those like glasses that jewelers use. We'd have to go like really close.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
is that a croissant or a pain au chocolat?
Is it a cheese-filled croissant? But anyway, this was the dilemma that they decided upon. Anyway,
yep, they were struggling.
They were struggling. So enough so, and it must be in a big enough chain, right? That this chain approached like a tech company and they wanted to like automate the checkout process, right? So this is 2007. So I guess that's pre like self checkouts and shit, isn't it? And
the year of the iPhone, wasn't it? 2007.
God, is it that long ago? The iPhone?
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds all right. Yeah, when I was second year of uni. Yeah, they got this company. They asked them to work out an automated checkout process. It took 5 years, and the company barely survived the financial crisis in the middle, apparently. But eventually, they developed a highly specialized AI that will look at the pile of bread items and pick out and automatically identify them. So, in the New Yorker article, the guy writes it. He was like in Tokyo. This guy writing an article for the New Yorker, and he just sort of stumbled across it. He was just in this bakery and he's at the till, and he puts all this shit through, and he says it sort of like highlights like neon green, and then bang, his price comes up, and it tells you it tells the cashier all the items are, what the price is automatically, and then he paid for it. And he walked out and was like, "That was pretty sick." Like, and he just got thinking like, "What the fuck happened there?" So yeah, they developed this AI which can like automatically detect these different items instantly, work out the price, etc. Which like now seems like okay, like I can see how a thing would do
still
that, but
cool,
still cool, yeah. And at the time, it was quite like computers couldn't really see, like it was a big step for computers to be able to like see shit, work out shit, like not just pattern recognition of like the deep pattern recognition, shit like that. But then it took till like, so they were using it for a while, and it took till like apparently in 2017, a doctor saw an ad for the bakery scanning system. This is what this thing read. Can't remember how he read it and how he mentioned it in the New Yorker, but and then he realised that cells under a microscope don't look that different from weird loaves of bread, and he was like, I wonder if you can use this same AI technology to pick out cancerous cells. Turns out you can, and it just got really good at it, and it's like 99% accurate at detecting cancerous cells. And they ended up selling it to like the medical industry and various different like. It used to be called Bakery Scan. It's now called something different.
Cancery Scan.
Yeah, Cancery Scan.
Yeah. Well, it was a
Bakery Scan. Could they? How many years? So they were developing it for like 10 years by the sound of it, and they couldn't think of a name better than fucking Bakery Scan.
Well, that's what it was made for. Like, that's what he wanted it for.
Yeah, true.
I think it's just called Brain Scan now. Or don't know. They did come up with an equally like not quite as good name. Like just
also maybe Bakery Scan sounds really sick in Japanese. Like it translates to like a real good pun or something.
Let's do Deeple. Bakery Scan.
Cyto AI Scan.
Oh, sick.
CYTO AI Scan. AI. Cyto AI Scan. So it's being tested in hospitals, etc.
Yeah, I just had a flaw in my plan of translating it because it just translated it into Japanese, and I realised I can't speak Japanese.
Yeah, I wonder if Tokyo Joe sometimes listens. I know he's not a regular listener, but I might ask him if he's been to this bakery and if it still uses the AI scan.
Mm.
When I worked in a supermarket, I got really good at remembering all of like the short codes for all the fruit and vegetables and stuff. So I remember that bananas 131, bang, you just smash that in because it had the long barcode, but for all the loose veg and stuff, you got to remember you can either go through the menu, so you can be like, oh, fruit, bananas, there you go, or but for some things they're like 3-4 pages deep. You go to like vegetables and then like root vegetables, and then there's like and you're looking for it, and then you got to tap it. But if you could remember the little codes, I had like a little AI in my brain. I guess that's just that's not an AI. Just intelligence, I guess. But yeah, and I've had this conversation with people that have worked at supermarkets that years later you still remember all of the codes. But one area it did go wrong, my non-artificial intelligence, was that I didn't actually know what half the vegetables were. Like I'd never seen ginger before. Like bear in mind I was like 18 as well. Like I'd had gingerbread. I'd had like ginger flavored things, but I'd never seen a ginger. And it came through, and I was like, I'm the person's, I'm putting through all their shopping, and I see it down the conveyor belt. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm trying to like, in between scanning things, I'm flicking through, trying to like look at the pictures and think, what is that? Is that a sweet potato? No, it's not. What is that? And I think being colorblind doesn't help as well, because some things you can probably the color gives it away.
Just try and bring that in so people feel sorry for you rather than just thinking you're a fucking idiot.
But oh yeah, genuinely. I'm like, I see a courgette. I'm like, that's a weird looking cucumber. Like, what is that? and then there's part of it's like, well, maybe like are courgettes and cucumbers the same color? To me, they look the same color, but like they're just different shapes. And eventually, I remember I got there. I got to work early once, and just thought, I'm just gonna have to go and like study the vegetables because I don't know them. So I had to like go around and like learn what the vegetables were.
It's great.
How is your vegetable knowledge now? Is it
improved, but there might be one or two that stump me every now and then.
I know you're not a vegetable guy, are you? Really, you're not.
Nah, that's the point.
Not big on them.
No.
I used to know that because the start of SIM card numbers is all the same. There's like a prefix that's the same, and I used to know that off by heart.
Like for each carrier has like a different SIM card.
I guess,
like
I guess, or they were just all the same up to a point, and then there were
SIM.
Carrier identified numbers.
Yeah,
I can't remember anything. I don't know how you do this because I don't know my own number. I've had it for 3 years.
You don't know your own phone number?
No, I don't know my own phone number. I don't know Lynn's. I don't know.
I could tell you as well who was like O2, like because O2 and Vodafone, like that the 07891 or whatever, they have. They change up, but like they'd be unique to a carrier at least. Like there's certain ones that I'd be able to tell you. I used to be able to tell you was like what network it was. But obviously you can change numbers and shit, and so it fucked me sometimes.
What a great piece of knowledge!
I know, it's so useful. Oh shit! But I also had something else I want to talk about as well. So that was my brief. Kind of cool story, and I've got another story. Cool story, bro. I've got another story that was just very short.
This is what it's like to be on the other side of this.
Yeah, shit.
It's very brief, but it's funnier.
Okay,
because that was quite serious.
That's what George always said.
Yeah,
this one will be quick.
So I'm sad lately. Okay, so we're starting off on a sad note. Actually, I said it'd be funny, but I am in mourning because the Gravesend ferry is going to cease to be potentially the end of this month.
Really?
Oof.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's genuinely fucking shit, and it's really pissed me off because the reason it ceased to be is because Thurrock Council haven't paid their fucking half of the bill. Like they used to go halves on like subsidise it with Kent Council.
Should we explain what like the Gravesend ferry? Obviously, people know what a ferry is, but why it is significant.
So I live on a different side of the River Thames, so I guess most people probably can know what the River Thames is. If not, River Thames, big main river in the UK, goes through London. I live on the opposite side of the River Thames to my girlfriend, and there's a bridge that goes across it, the Dartford Bridge, which is all right, and it costs money or whatever, but like I say it's all right. It's not all right.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, if like anything slightly wrong goes,
If
happens
it's too
to it, like an
windy.
accident or too windy or something, yeah, it's just wild delays and it takes you fucking hours. And it like the whole like town around it, like our hometown.
And there's not another bridge for miles and miles. Like you have to go into London, go through a tunnel, and then come back out.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. So another quite nice way and reliable way of crossing was this ferry. It's just a passenger ferry. So you can only go across on foot or bike. So I'd use that quite often, especially when we used to live a bit nearer it in Gravesend, and I'd get it to go back home, see my parents. And it's just, I used to get to work sometimes because I just feel it's pretty jokes to get a ferry to work. Like, but yeah, they're fucking closing it down, which I'm gutted about because Thurrock Council gambled away all the money because they're pricks.
For the listener, how much was it, Rob? 500 million they're in debt or
500 million or something. Yeah. They like gambled on these solar farms, like took all the money, invested it, which they weren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
Madness anyway. It's a big madness. So they're cutting all this shit. I'm gutted about the ferry. Also, like, and I'm trying to organise. Actually, if yous are interested, maybe not you.
Are we
George.
still on the Curious Cast, or is this like a political debate show?
I'm not organising I'm trying to organise a piss up.
Oh, okay, that's
Not a protest.
because not a protest. Because it's good crack. We did this a couple of times years ago, maybe only once. Sadly, should have done this more. Go down at Tilbury. So you get a bus down to Tilbury, or you can get a train down to Tilbury, and then you get a ferry over. You have a piss up in Gravesend, and you come back. The last ferry's like 7:00. So I'm proposing that, by the way. I'll text you the dates, Tom, if you're about.
7
not working.
p.m. So it's a daytime venture.
It has to be daytime because 7 p.m.'s the last. So it's a day drinking. It's a day drinking affair. John from the pub's up for it. That's his official name. I've got a reluctant housemate, James. He's going to come.
I would definitely come if I was in the country. Like that is something I would.
You can get the long ferry from.
I could get. I could get the ferry to Tilbury from.
You probably could,
from Hook of Holland. It goes straight to Tilbury. So you spend. From straight into Tilbury.
Yeah,
into the.
And you don't do anything
ferry.
On like a weekday, do you?
Nah.
Yeah. So this is going out to all my like self-employed, non-regular working hour mandem. I do it. What am I going to say? Oh yeah. So I told my dad about this and was like, I didn't tell my dad. My dad's fully clued up on this. My dad always just knows. Every now and then he would just text me like, "Ferry's not running today." I didn't intend on getting the ferry. He just updates me. Although the other day, I got to the ferry, I cycled all the way down there and it wasn't running. And I was like, if I'd have just texted Dad and said, I'm going to get the ferry today, he'd have gone, it's not running. I was like, fuck, why? Anyway, so we were chatting about the demise of the ferry, and he told me this story. So back in, I wish I was alive in the 70s just for this reason alone. In the 70s, the ferry used to run till like 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So you could go out, have a proper night out in Gravesend. And like Gravesend's like a much better, and like it's not so deep for you, Tom. Like because you came from sort of like London-y way.
Yeah.
Now you're up in like Southend, and there's stuff to do. It's kind of all right, and like you can go out in Southend and go to a few pubs and things. It's decent. In like Grays, there's like there are a couple pubs, but like they're not great pubs, and they're a bit fighty. Most of them. Some of them, but they're spread apart, so you can't really do such a bar crawl unless you really want to fucking walk.
But Gravesend is like,
but Gravesend,
the Camden of Kent.
Yeah, it used to have. There was some sort of fact about it. It had like the highest concentration of pubs per person or per capita, or whatever. I think Brighton's got that now
in the world.
But yeah, in the world. Well, it probably is in the world because nowhere else has pubs does it in the UK. But it doesn't have that now. But it's still got a lot. But imagine back in the 70s, it was going off. But yeah, you used to get it till 11 o'clock at night. And my dad's mate, I can't remember his name now. It was like Chibbo or something, let's say. Old Chibbo. They all went out there and the last ferry was 11 o'clock and he still managed to miss it. So he nicked a rowing boat and rowed across the stretch, which is well treacherous. Like,
yeah, it's mental.
That. Like, it's pretty fucking far. Like, you get this. I mean, the ferry's quick. It takes like 5 minutes, but like, it's way further than I would want to row. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
sure,
very
the current's
wide
mental
part
as
of the river.
well.
yeah, it is a wide part of the river, and the current is like notoriously dangerous. Like, like it's like you just can't swim across it. Like, it's almost impossible. Like, you almost definitely die. Like, yes, he obviously pissed out his head when thinking about this. Nicked this rowing boat, got pretty much to the other side, and the river police cottoned onto him and arrested him, and he got done for piracy.
Is that
Brilliant.
the technical? Is that
That's what he got done for, because he nicked the boat. He
brilliant.
got charged with, and what's the one other beyond
It's like
charge?
sentenced.
For piracy.
That's
yeah,
brilliant.
I can't remember what he got. My dad couldn't remember what he got, and I tried to look it up. Like, what would you get for piracy? And there's like the Piracy Act of 1887 of the high seas, and it used to it was murder was the punishment, not murder, death,
Right.
sentence to
Yeah.
death, was the thing. And it was abolished in 1990. And I was like, I suppose he wasn't given the death sentence, so my dad probably would have remembered that part of the story.
yeah.
It wouldn't have been such a funny story.
Yeah.
But he can
Wow.
remember what punishment he got. But
That's great. Getting
he definitely got charged with piracy.
That would be. It's a cool charge to have. Like, it's a good thing. It's good. It's a cool thing to have on your criminal record. Like, if I had if someone had to give me a criminal record, piracy might be up there for like the thing that I would be the most proud to admit. You know, if someone
it was hard to look up, because when I was trying to find out like what the punishment was and stuff, obviously just like copyright piracy comes up.
Yeah.
When you're trying to look it up, like it's like a piracy on the high seas.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, because now I think if someone says, "Oh, you've got a what for? What?" But if you don't mind me asking, you know, piracy, they're going to assume you meant like, "Oh, yeah, I was downloading John Wick." But
yeah,
if you're like, "Oh no, like
swashbuckling," you have to call it swashbuckling.
Piracy on the high seas.
Yeah.
I hope he was called the captain after that. That was his nickname.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Or like Long
Like
John
Blackbeard or
Silver.
something.
Long
Yeah.
John. You're going to see Long John.
Blackbeard better, yeah. Blackbeard's better, yeah. Like that.
That's great.
It's a good story. Rest in peace to the river ferry.
Yeah,
that is well shit though. That is,
it's really shit. I'm genuinely gutted about it. There's potential that someone else might take on the contract, but
why don't get your dad start? You can start sailing it across. His mate.
yeah, get old Chibbo involved.
To be fair, if someone has, there must be someone out there, a young entrepreneur that has a boat in the Essex or Kent area, and like surely you can just do it.
Yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I guess not, because
Get old Lyndon with his amphibious cars.
I mean, loads of people use it as well. Loads of kids go to school with it. People go to work. There's like blokes go over with their tools, and don't get me started.
Yeah, so if any listeners out there want to join in with the Gravesend Ferry Memorial Pub Crawl.
Yeah, it probably would have happened by the time this episode comes out.
Oh yeah, probably. I was gonna say,
yeah, I might have forgot to message Turkish Glenn about it, who might actually. And be like, I fucking would have come to that.
one of the only listeners that would have actually.
Sorry, I forgot to message you.
Yeah.
Or glad we had a good time.
Is there like a any sort of protest against the closure, or is it just like a done deal? There's like no.
Well, yeah, like there's been loads of outcry about it, yeah, and like newspaper articles written about it and shit.
Is there like what'd you call it? Like a petition?
Yeah, there was a survey done about see how many people use it, and it's like thousands.
Well, curious listeners, I don't care where you're from.
Behind it, yeah, there was a petition to. Yeah, there was actually a petition to sign up to say save the Gravesend Ferry.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
if we save
the
it,
audience
it
we
could be
have
called the Curios.
are the
SS
most
Curios.
Essex
We could have our
Ferry.
own ship sponsored. How about
Yeah, I
that?
don't think our audience are going to be the most into sort of activism or,
No, I think if they
It's a
understand the
cause
calls
behind.
when they see one.
Yeah.
Mouse, or I think Mouse, or I should say, formerly known as Mouse.
Well, if
because
we
I
get
saw
this
his
episode
change.
up before the 31st, then
yeah.
He's.
we'll,
I've got
you
faith.
can drop the petition in the.
I don't think it's a local issue for the listener formerly known as Mouse. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but
he's over like Somerset way.
I know that he has a higher purpose than just Somerset-based protests. So, Mouse, whatever your name is now, I don't know what your name is now. I saw it on YouTube, but I've forgotten it. I'm sorry.
I've still called it Mouse.
Gravesend Theory.
The artist formerly known as Mouse.
Yeah.
The user formerly known as Mouse.
All right, George, you've got one weird news story for us.
Oh,
don't you?
well, yeah, I've got like 6.
Choose the best one.
It's always difficult. There's one that I've been wanting to mention because it's an update to a friend of the podcast, DB Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not really an update. It's just like a little news thing. Like, so I just don't want to waste. I just want to mention in passing.
Oh, you love doing this.
You got 2 minutes. Can you
2
do
minutes?
it in 2 minutes?
I could do it in 2 minutes. Like,
yeah.
2 minutes. So, DB Cooper, right? Obviously, friends of the podcast. He jumped out of a plane back in the 70s, never to be seen again. He got ransom money, jumped out in the middle of a storm, and it's led to obviously a bit of a legend from then on. There was a few suspects, but yeah, no one really knows. However, a recent news story, this was actually from late last year, but there was an updated news story in late January, says that DNA has been found on the clip-on tie that he left on board the plane. So we might be mere months away from the identity of DB Cooper finally being revealed. And
his DNA's on an item. You didn't have to have your DNA like on record. You have to have been arrested or
yeah. But the thing is now, obviously, a lot of people they use ancestry sites.
Oh yeah.
Like
so someone could know they're an ancestor of DB Cooper.
Yeah. So because there was a famous serial killer called I think it was like 2019 or something, because his DNA came back in a match, like fresh investigation was done, and his DNA was uploaded to one of these ancestry sites, and it obviously gives you relatives. Like it says that you're third, whatever, blah blah blah. So then the police reached out to some of the relatives, the close relatives, who then did like a proper DNA test, matched it, and then proved that this guy was the serial killer. So they're hoping they can do the same thing with DB Cooper.
Wow.
Nice. I don't think it's a coincidence that we uploaded our DB Cooper episode May of 2021, and it was shortly after that Netflix jumped on it and made like a little DB Cooper thing, and then now they're digging in the investigation.
It's always happening.
We need to get some royalties from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be a Netflix episode on the Gravesend Ferry next, isn't there? Or on the or on the River Thames Pirate.
Hopefully so.
That'd be great. I would definitely watch that.
All right, that's 2 minutes.
Like
What's your next thing, George?
Oh, shit, sorry, officer. So this is a bit of a classic Curios article. Bit of a shit title though. Woman who married a ragdoll admits their family life is complicated after she had twins and says her husband is stressed about providing for the family. It could have been edited, you know.
I was going to say, as the headlines go, it's not. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the this link in the chat because there's some funny photos to this. So this is a lady from Brazil who's married a ragdoll. It looks like what they call like Raggedy Ann. Like that sort of style. It's like very homemade. I don't think it's. It might have been bespoke, created, but it looks like she's made it herself.
That's looks awful.
Yeah. For the listener, there's a picture of this lady who. There's one picture where she's out in the town with her ragdoll husband, who's just sort of propped up wearing a lovely purple shirt there, actually, and very well-fitting jeans.
Yeah, I was going to say those jeans, like they are quite well-fitting for a ragdoll.
Pretty impressive. Yes, this is Marivone Rocha Moraes, 37 from Brazil.
Articles, didn't you? This is so you.
Has previously hit the headlines for revealing details of her relationship with Marcelo, a life-size ragdoll, and their ragdoll kids, including 1-year-old Marcelino and 2 newborn twin daughters, Marcella and Emilia. But having a full household is proving a challenge for the mother of 3, who explains they share parental duties. Don't know how that quite worked. But okay, Marivone.
The kids look a lot like the dad.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, you can see
He's
the
got strong genes. Yeah,
got the definitely got the hairline.
yeah, got his eyebrows.
His hand looks fucked up though, doesn't it? On the right, looks like a cow's udder just hanging off the side there.
It's really sad though, isn't it? Really, it's making me quite sad.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Poor bloke.
So Marivone admits that it's not easy,
Married.
but
not
at
making
the same time, she gets emotional every moment, every second. In everyday life, Marcelo and I have a lot of tasks with the new babies, as well as looking after our first child. Even when I'm tired, he helps me bathe, eat, and sleep. However, Marcelo has found the price of having a bigger family quite stressful. She says the expenses are increasing and he has to pay for the food, clothes, rent, water, electricity, and medications. Therefore, he has been a bit worried about affording the bills.
Why are the pictures so big on his website?
What does he do for work?
Well, this is the thing. Like, there's no indication that he is employed, so I can only assume he's taking cash in hand jobs. He's probably going to get investigated by the. I mean, there's some terrifying photos on this. In this,
Yeah, it is.
article.
Why? My biggest question is, how comes there are people at the wedding?
Well, you've got to have witnesses.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a few people at the wedding, Akiko Kondo's wedding, when he married Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, true. But
He had 12
Hatsune
or so.
Miku was quite popular, so I could
Yeah.
see why people would go to see that. Whereas no one knows Ragdoll Man.
Yeah.
Well, just because you don't know Ragdoll Man.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, Marcelo.
Marcelo, sorry.
So it says about the wedding here. I don't know. It made me laugh because the way that this is like a way to assess something. She says, last year the couple hosted a gender reveal in their home. Marivone added, the party was good. There was chicken, pasta, salad, and cake. So that makes the party good. Those things specifically. Yep. Chicken, pasta, salad, and cake.
Was the chicken raw or cooked?
This is the question. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to Marivone. And what sort of pasta? You need to be more specific because one type of pasta might not have the same impact.
She posted a photo of herself when she was pregnant.
Yeah, which is very weird, right?
I've only just clocked that that's weird. Because maybe the listeners that aren't watching and haven't gathered, the children are also ragdolls.
I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
yeah. The 3 children are ragdolls. But she's pregnant. There's a picture of her in her underwear, holding her belly, doing like a pregnancy photo shoot.
So that makes me think that's there was some sort of baby is being placed in a bin somewhere in Brazil.
Or she was never pregnant. That
maybe
how she looks.
Yeah. I mean, it gets a bit weird. It's already weird.
I was going to say, gets weird.
Gets weirder, I should say, right. At the end of the article. So it says, at the beginning of November, Marivone shared photos of herself attending an ultrasound for the baby girl, and he's even seen flicking through pictures of it from the scan. Fairly normal. But in June, things seemed more sour, as she claimed husband Marcelo had cheated on her for a second time. Second
time.
Following the alleged cheating, Marivone said the love rat was made to sleep on the sofa, and she even took away his penis. She said, I found out when my friend sent me a message one evening saying that he was cheating on me. So that night, I got really mad and made him sleep on the couch. And as his punishment, Marivone decided to detach Marcelo's dildo penis. Poor Marcelo.
Yeah,
but it gets weirder. You're probably thinking, weird enough. In February, however, in a dramatic turn of events, so we've gone back to February because we was in June just then, but now we've gone back to February. In a dramatic turn of events, Marivone claimed their baby Marcelina was being held hostage by captors who were Do you want to guess how much the captors were demanding for his safe release?
I've just seen it.
Okay. Rob, tenner, £161, which is probably funnier than £10. It's such a weird amount.
It is. I guess it's from Brazilian.
Maybe that was
currency.
cost. That's like the cost they incurred.
Yeah.
Like admin fees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, Marcelino, was it Marcelino? Yeah, Marcelino has been safely found because he was spotted at the baby shower for his sister. So, I don't know whether he was
Came up with the money, I guess.
For
returned.
his sister, he was spotted at the baby shower for his sister, his ragdoll sister.
His ragdoll sister, yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's all I've really got for you, man, until further updates come from Merivone. What was her name? Merivone. God, these fucking pictures, they're huge.
They are. Why are they so big?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really do not understand.
I was trying to like zoom out, and I couldn't zoom out.
It takes like 3 or 4 scrolls to get through one.
Yeah, it's absurd.
I can't really work out like his mouth.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I can't even get the pictures are so big. I can't even get the article to load anymore. Mate. Shit, I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah, it's like a don't know, how would you describe that, Tom? It looks like the bottom lip has got some sort of structure to it. It looks like tangerine skin that's been glued on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's meant to be, that's a moustache, obviously, at the top, but that it makes it look like he's got like a real big, wide mouth or something.
Yeah, like a beak, like a little beak going on. It looks a bit like a Scouser from the 80s.
Yeah, I can see.
Like basically, what you mean by that is like the Harry Enfield.
The Harry Enfield, yeah.
The body is actually quite good. Like if you cover up the head, like the photo of them sitting on the sofa with all their children,
could be a real guy.
Like if you covered up the head, like the body is actually positioned quite well that it looks like it could be.
Yeah, well, the one with him stood up, like the jeans, like you said, he feels them jeans pretty good.
Yeah,
but he hasn't got feet. She's like,
no, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
also,
cut out these shots.
In the photo of them all sitting on the sofa, what is that bit of equipment to the left of the sofa? Because it looks to me like a generator or something. So is that how she pumps him up?
No, it's like a aircon.
No. There's the aircon on the right. There's like an aircon unit.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's weird. Oh, on the left. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It looks like some kind of outdoor like garden equipment or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about in these photos. I like the photos from the wedding, like the wedding night, them sitting on the bed with the rose petals. That's a good one.
Nice, aren't they?
Yeah, again, his hand is a little bit like fucked up as he's sort of like placing it on the bed.
The one of at the wedding,
yeah,
look, he looks like he's sticking his tongue out at her. A bit of a cheeky photo, that one.
Yeah. And he's got like a little frame to keep him standing up. Have you noticed? Like he's like got this metal frame behind him that he's hooked onto to keep him upright. Okay.
For the wedding.
Yeah.
There must be an Instagram of this, Tom. She must have an Instagram.
Well, I think it's her. Like if you look at the bottom of the photos, it says at Merivone Marcelo.
Oh yeah, let's have a look.
I wonder if she speaks English. Like it'd be good to have her on.
Merivone Russia. I think maybe.
Well, we want him.
Found
really.
her.
I was just in the frame. No, we really want him on, really.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're getting both on again, like we did with Akiko.
Yeah,
she was there.
Yeah, chilling.
I forget that. I spoke to that guy.
I've just on her Instagram. There's a video of him enjoying his birthday. I
don't know why I can't find it. I must be typing this wrong.
Excellent.
Phone. He's just got a bottle of Coke and another drink there.
I don't know what those snacks are.
5 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, come
unless it's like a. Maybe they just age differently.
Right. Australia, that's what a weird world we live in. I mean,
we do live in.
Let me translate that.
Oh.
Okay.
No, it's fucking. There's a picture on her Instagram as well of. I mean, surely it's not a real hospital, but there's a picture of her holding the 3 kids, and there's like doctors next to her. They can't be real doctors. I'm sorry. I refuse to. No, I'll put it in the thing.
Yeah, she can't have got doctors involved in this.
Well, there's a
no
photo of them
way.
in the hospital on this page, like that with
Yeah,
like the blue curtains, and he's wearing like a blue hospital thing that they give
She's
you.
on levels, then, isn't she?
I don't get it. 4:00 in the afternoon in hospital. Casa de Santina, my girls were born. The ultrasound showed she was only 1 girl, but then the unexpected happened. They are 2.
That
Does that
happens
happen very
sometimes.
often? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to thank the reporter and YouTuber Daniel Gamarish
Ah.
TV and the she's tagged the cardiologist. This cannot be real, surely.
This is wild.
Oh, it's just like some random dude. Well, he's definitely not a cardiologist. But it seems to be a very common thing, and obviously, I don't know if some of these are probably just piss takes, like clearly. But we've had the lady in love with a plane.
Well,
obviously
yeah,
this
so-
woman with the. I don't know. We've got a list, Tom, of all the different inanimate objects.
I don't. I should make a list. But when you read the headline for the story, but you hadn't linked it yet, I started typing in my browser. I just typed in woman, and it was woman marries ghost, woman has sex with ghost, woman divorces ghost, woman marries roller coaster. And there was just like a list of all these different previous searches that I've that I've put in. So yeah, like you say, it's a common occurrence.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know what the weirdest one is we've discussed.
No, but we'll reach out. We'll see if Maravone can come on, or at least give us a few words, maybe.
Yeah. How's your Portuguese?
Not as good as it could be. I don't think I know one word.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
She'll probably know that.
Yeah. I know, it'd be like Neymar. She's Brazilian.
Yeah, I was going to say
Neymar.
she's not even Portuguese. She'll know what I mean.
They speak Portuguese.
They speak
Brazil, right? Or is it
Portuguese.
Spanish.
Yeah. All right.
That was it.
That's-
That was my weird news.
Thanks. I like that one.
Yeah, if anyone's, I've got a stick you want to share, or you've got, a inanimate object that you're enamored with.
Or a stick that you're enamored with.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Or
There
a
must
ferry that can
Before we
help
go,
us get
I'm
across.
just going to do a Google search. Woman in love with stick. No.
Oh.
And on that note,
Ah,
thanks.
thanks for listening. That was episode 107 of the Curious Cast.